Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And this is BTM here going over the Zebec Super App. All right, we're going to go over and talk about the Zebec Super App coming soon. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that and about the super app. And we will start with the screen share. Turn that spotlight on and see what we can see. And we'll start with Caleb and Brown. So this is Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown is the official sponsor of the BTM Crypto News Network. And if you're looking for a crypto brokerage, you can start with Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown Self-Custody's Crypto. They give you 24/7 support and a one-on-one broker. So if you have questions, the broker can help you navigate the exciting and volatile world of crypto. And also, they do self-custody the crypto, so you don't have to worry about your seed phrases, your passwords, or losing your crypto because Caleb and Brown will hold it for you. If you're new to crypto, they are a good place to start. But let me know what you guys think. And thanks everyone that's already signed up for Caleb and Brown. And as always, let's click over to the crypto bubbles and get started. So let me know what you guys think, what you're doing, and any cryptos you are interested in. So this is the bubbles. Sorry, clear my throat there. I think I swallowed some flavoring in the water flavoring. But we'll start with the bubbles. So on the crypto bubbles, you can see here, Tao's up 8%, Stark is up 1.1, Core's up 0.8, Hex is up 4%, FET is up 0.8, Ingest is up 2%, Radiant's up 3.5, Assembly, I think this is AI. What is this? Assembly AI is up 3.2, Virtuals is up 5.5, Safe is up 2.6, Dog with a Hat's up 2.3, Alchemy Pays up 1.5, Algorand is up 0.5, Monero's up 1.3, Terra Luna's up 1.8, Advantage is up 0.9, VSN's up 0.8, Near is up 0.9, Metal's up 1%, Osmosis is up 4.4, Jupiter is up 2%, that's up 1.2. What is this? Confluence is up 0.1, Render's up 6.3, Snake's up 2.9, Caspa is up 0.1, ENA is up 0.9, Hash flow is up 1.3, Cubic is up 1.7, XCN's up 4.5, Flare's up 0.9, Prime is up 1.3. So let's start with the Zcash is up 0.4. So a big change from yesterday, right? Things were going crazy yesterday versus today. We got a lot of red in the market. What is this? Binance is up 0.2, unchanged on the hour. Bitcoin is down 0.7, up 0.1 on the hour, up 5.5 on the week, up 3.9 for the month, down 8.6 on the year, back down to 93,436. I think it was 94,000 yesterday. Ethereum is up 1.3 on the day, unchanged on the hour, up 10.3 on the week, up 7.8 on the month, down 11% on the year, currently at 3,280. Solana is up 1.1 on the day, down 0.2 on the hour, up 12.6 on the week, up 6.7 on the month, and down 35.6 on the year. And ZBCN, our main payroll processor, the crypto we all know and love, the infrastructure of the future for streaming payroll, is down 0.7 on the day. Had a run yesterday, but pulled back today. It is down 1.2 on the hour, up 21% on the week, up 8.5 on the month, and up 208% on the year. So we'll close the bubbles real quick. This is a quick short. We want to run real quick. So see what this short's talking about.
ZBCN's price chart on H4 timeframe, and I need you to pay attention to this important line right in here, which acted as a resistance area how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth time. And if you want to be optimistic with more confidence, you have to see a very important and solid break of this line. Okay. Basically, you want to see a move above the line, followed by a slow and choppy pullback, and then a continuation of the move up if you want to be bullish with a lot of confidence. And at that point, I think our move up is going to get accelerated quite a bit, and we are going to witness, I'm going to say, some huge moves on the upside. So for now, all eyes on this importance line and see what is going to happen to it. And if you want to know what is happening in like very, very short term in this area, and what should we do next, and in terms of Elliott waves specifically, what is going on, I would like to suggest to give today's update a watch. Okay, so this here is ZBCN's price chart on H4 timeframe, and I need you to pay attention to this important line right in here, which acted as a resistance area how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth time. And if you want to be optimistic with more confidence, you have to see a very important and solid break of this line. Okay. Basically, you want to see a move above the line, followed by a slow and choppy pullback, and then a continuation of the move up if you want to be bullish with a lot of confidence. And at that point, I think our move up is going to get accelerated quite a bit, and we are going to witness, I'm going to say, some huge moves on the upside. So for now, all eyes on this importance line and see what is going to happen to it. And if you want to know what is happening in like very, very short term in this area, and what should we do next, and in terms of Elliott waves specifically, what is going on, I would like to suggest to give today's update a watch. Okay, so this here is ZBCN's price.
Zebec Network is breaking out of a correction, headed to 1 cent. Let's check it out. So right now we're looking at Zebec Network, and before I dive fully into the chart, make sure you all check out thecryptogoon.com. I actually took a short trade on Zebec. That was last night. So it says January 4th. That was last night into early this morning. And then I took this money and bought more coins with it because I have a self-sustained crypto business. Feel free to head over to thecryptogoon.com. I got a free Telegram. I got a Discord, and I also have a course. The course is currently $100 for a limited time. Feel free to check it out. The link is also down in the description. All right, back to Zebec Network. Now, I'm looking for Zebec to go to 1 cent. So if you're new here, I use the Fibonacci to forecast a lot of these cryptocurrencies. And Zebec also is, for me, is very easy to forecast. It's a crypto that I've been forecasting for at least like the past year or so, and it's on my trading view. So for example, here's one where I said, hey, Zebec Network is about to go down, and feel this crash wick right here. So when I press the play button, look what happens. We came down to that point. We actually exceeded it. But Zebec Network is pretty easy to forecast, okay? So over here, we use the Fibonacci. So I'm going to go from this low to this high. And if you've been here for a while, you know that, or you've heard me say that these cryptocurrencies come down to the 50% retracement area, and then they turn around and they go into the direction that they're going to go. Well, Zebec actually came down to the 50, and since then we consolidated right above the 50%. So I like to reverse the Fibonacci, and I'll reverse it, and as you can see, 1 cent for the 141 as the first price target. Now, I know some people are really, when it comes to technical analysis, because I've been doing this for so long, some people are kind of worried about, they think that it's just the fundamental side, which the fundamental is what moves these things, which drives it, people purchasing the coin. But the technical tells us the when and the where. And I can show you, again, another example. I can show you on Solana of the 141. Just in case you're new here, see, as you can see right here, I said Solana is going to go to the 141, $251.78. When I press the play button, as you can see, it goes exactly to the 141, $251.78. Okay. So it's like 80 to 90%, the target is 80 to 90% accurate. Again, it may go just slightly below, but still, 1 cent is where we're headed with Zebec Network. Now, here's the other thing with Zebec. They actually have a Zebec.
So shout out to the crypto goon and those updates. So this is an article about the Zebec Network and the Super App. What up, Silver Days? BTM Crypto News Network, let's go. Smash the like and subscribe buttons if you're not already a member. And a Zebec. So getting back to this article, which is on businesswire.com from December, San Francisco, Zebec, the blockchain-powered payroll and real-time payment network, today announced the integration of the privacy-embedded wallet infrastructure into the Super App. The upgrade opened the path to connect Zebec stablecoin-based payroll and disbursement rails with privacy, Stripe's company broader ecosystem. The integration gives employers and workers access to frictionless, secure wallet experience inside the Zebec app, while aligning crypto onboarding with compliance, authentication, and reliability standards expected in traditional fintech. Privacy infrastructure gives Zebec a secure bridge between its stablecoin and payroll rails and the Stripe payments network it is adopting for payments and payouts. Zebec was built to make real-time programmable value flows as simple as sending emails. Simon, CEO of Zebec, integrating privacy now part of the industry giant Stripe, extends its mission globally, opens the door for enterprises everywhere to adopt stablecoin payroll and cross-border payouts without changing how they operate. Their integration, through the integration, users can create and manage wallets using privacy unified identity layer, enabling secure onboarding via email, SMS, pass keys, or existing authentication providers. Funds received and stablecoins can be held, converted, streamed, and spent instantly through the Zebec MasterCard-powered cards, offering a seamless path from token to real-world payment. The upcoming Super App is now in testing, is built to simplify everything from reoccurring payroll to contract and vendor payouts across multiple countries. A Zebec programmable engine automates streaming or periodic disbursements. Wow. Privy's infrastructure ensures a compliant, familiar experience for global teams and future path to deeper connectivity with mainstream financial networks. Stablecoins are becoming an essential part of modern payments. It's Henry Stern, co-founder and CEO of Privy. Zebec's real-time payroll and payout infrastructure is a compelling example of that shift. We're excited to support its users with seamless, secure wallet experience. With Privy, Zebec stablecoin payroll rails takes a significant step forward toward interoperability with global financial infrastructure, enabling faster, lower cost cross-border payouts and expanding access of real-time programmable compensation models for business worldwide. So that was the article on, what is this, Business Wire. So let's check some numbers real quick and come back to X. So let's see here. What's going on, Yazin? Silver Days, let's go BTM. Yazin, what up, ZBCN man? What's going on, fam? ZBCN man and Oki, I guess Oki man from Zebec man. So thanks for that. Uh hard drive PDF. What's good, BTM crew? Heavy hitter, yo, what's going on? And Kasim, Keem, I guess, Akeem. Oh, okay, I'm tripping. Uh, what's up, ZBCN Nation? So if you see here, the crypto market is down. It was crazy pumping yesterday. It's coming back to reality. 3.21 trillion, down 1.4%. CMC 20 is back under 200 to $199.87, down 4.49%. Fear and greed is in neutral. Guys, that's pretty big. It's been a long time since the fear and greed index has been at neutral, right? That's crazy. But the fear and greed is neutral. Altcoin season is pulling slightly away from Bitcoin to 24, and the crypto average RSI is at 60.2, still in overbought territory. So that's also decent news. So coin market cap is saying at the 0029, we got up to 003 yesterday, down 2.8 or 0.28%. Market cap is 390.5 mil won, down from 300 mil won yesterday, down 2.25%. 24-hour trading value is 12.68 million, up 10.41%. Holders are currently 90,583. And I was just looking at this. I thought we're going to get to 100,000 because we're only like 1,000 away. But I realized we're more like 19,000 away. So it's coming, just going to take a little bit longer. 4 hours, we added 34 users, 12 hours, we added 145. For the day, we had 251 holders. 3 days, 361. For the week, 294 holders. 2 weeks, 591. These are the kind of numbers we've been looking for. And for the month, we're up 1,302, which I think this is a rolling average. I don't know. Need to figure that out. Look like they dumped, what is this? December 30th, 31st. And wait, why is this? So the end of the year looked like they dumped some crypto, and then it looks like we're buying it back slowly. So this is Solana scan saying it is 90,800 and 9,585. So let's, excuse me, go back over to X and see what is going on. Make sure you sign up for the BTM Crypto News Network. Looks like a couple people dropped, but it's okay. We still got the fam. We still got the sailors. We still got the pirates and the main folks that are pushing hard with the ZBCN family and the sailors and the pirates and the ship builders. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. So shout out to the ZBCN fam. Put a fire and emoji in the chat if you know where it's at. Let's see here. What up, Zebec Nation? Hard drive. What up, Harry Figures? Let's go. Hard drive. What up? Our heavy hitter. What up, hard drive? Heavy hitter. ZBCN man, keep doing your thing. A ZBCN. And there's a fire from Silver Days. Heavy hitter, let's go. Heavy hitter, the fire emoji. Harry, the fire emoji. Hard drive. Cheers to all the pirates in the house. So thanks for joining. Let's see what's going on X real quick. So this is countdown is on. We have not got an official date for the Super App, but the Super App is coming, and there is a AMA Thursday, so they might give us a date for the Super App. But you can see here on the Zebec page, it's got an overview. That's talking about the cards. Trying to see if there's any information about the Super App, but nothing yet. So keep an eye out and let me know if you guys see a date or anything coming for that. This is XRP, Bank of America CEO confirmed XRP will be used for payments live on Fox News starting January 9th, which is Friday. I don't know what that refill. Will activate cash back on all XRP payments. Pay with XRP and earn cash back in real token. This is extremely bullish. 600 plus trillion global market could be unlocked. And this is Europe is awake. During the day here, I see almost no post about Zebec headquarters. Do people do your own research on this thing, but don't wait too long to buy? This is going to be a massive year. And this is Zebec always. And this is the Alpha Lion, a Zebec network. And this is going global. Closer picture of that. That's pretty cool with the globe in hand. A Zebec network, ZBCN remains one of the most compelling RWA plays heading into 2026, despite recent pullback. Real-time payroll and payments get real utility, and well accumulation is returning. A reclaim of the 003 could signal momentum shift with the 0036 to 004 as a key upside level to watch. Be ready in 2026 will be the year a Zebec explodes. I said it once and keep saying it. The community, another reason I support Zebec quietly. Not all are cool, but the majority is just painfully ignorant. I'm sorry too. You guys deserve this kind of look. What the heck? What the? That's weird. Gotta do a better job of screening these comments. Zebec is up 20% in the last 24 hours, and there yesterday we're at the 003. And this is a Zebec man. Yesterday, uphold, come on, and create the ISO compliant list of projects category added to the interest in Zebec. And Zebec was here up 12.2%. XRP was up 11%. Cardano's up 5. Link is up 0.86. XLM was up 7.1. HBAR is up 3. Algorand was up 2.93. XDC was up 3.7. Quant up 0.8. IOTA was up 11.48. Zebec was up 12.2. XPR was up 9.8, and CSPR was up, I can barely see this, 8.2. So a Zebec man, what up, a Zebec nation squad, let's go. Hello, Zebec Navy SEALs. What up, Mambo Land? What's going on with you, bro? Heavy hitter, definitely real utility. Keeping it moving. To add what's highly respected Zebec team, Ghost Web3 already pointed out, I dug deeper and even ran through ChatGPT. It's reclaiming the maximum Zebec price at, I was calling for a maximum price at $1.48 in 2026. Let's go. Let that sink in. This is not actually bullish if you're paying attention. This is not extremely bullish. Okay. Let me see here. This is Zebec 0028. Chat. Edit the image with the maximum Zebec price will reach in 2026. And he's saying $1.48. So what do you guys think? Put some notes in the comments. What do you think a Zebec can climb to in 2028, 2026? Why 28? 2026. I'm tripping. So this is the spaces on Thursday. Don't forget the AMA on Thursday. Big news is coming. Kicking off 2026 next week with our first spaces of the year. Join Simon and the team as we walk through Zebec's product roadmap and updated tokenomics for 2026. So that might be pretty good, accumulating for the red rocket. The ZBCN, man, true utility. And yes, Zebec actually does something, right? Like XRP does something. Bitcoin just a store of value, so it doesn't really have a utility. So I think the utility tokens will make that push, and we will see what happens in 2026. And this is yesterday. We're back above the 300 million market cap. And this was yesterday morning. We're back, Pirates. That was at the 0031. This is more from the Super App. Zebec Network Super App is not incremental innovation. It's a full-scale rewrite of how money is earned, moved, and used globally. Built Web3 native enterprise ready as it merges real-time finance with real-world utility inside one seamless platform. Core capabilities: redefined finance, real-time payroll, streaming. Get paid by the second, not the cycle. Salaries, contract payments, and incentive streams continuously as work is done, etc. Instant payment: send and receive money across borders instantly. No bank, no delays, no legacy settlement windows. Multi-chain native support: 20 plus chains, one interface, many blockchains. Users interact across the ecosystem without friction or complexity. Unified wallet asset management: view, manage, and move assets across change in one clean, intuitive dashboard. Integrated debit card spending digital assets anywhere. Traditional cards are accepted, building crypto directly into daily life. Advanced financial tools inside the Super App. Streaming subscriptions, recurring payments, Netflix style billing for anything: rent, salary, services, members paid continuously and transparently. Staking and yield access: put assets to work directly from the app with streamlined staking and yield opportunities. Onboard and offboard access: seamlessly move fiat, move between fiat and digital assets without leaving the ecosystem. Programmable payments: define how, when, and where money flows. Automated, rule-based, and trustless. Smart treasury management: built for companies and DOAs to manage DAOs to manage payroll, expenses, and cash flow in real time. Built for scale, built for real world. Enterprise grade security compliance designed to meet global regulatory standards while maintaining decentralization. Customer first UI: Web3 powered without Web3 confusion, clean, familiar, and intuitive. Any always on global access, no bank hours, no country restrictions, finance that works 24/7 everywhere. Future ready infrastructure, module upgrades, and built to power the next decade of global finance. The bigger picture: traditional finance moves in batches. The world moves continuously. Zebec introduces real-time money, a system where value flows as life happens. This isn't another app. This is financial infrastructure for billions. The Zebec Network isn't competing with the old system. It's making it obsolete. So shout out to, who is this? Alpha Lion was a long post. That's Throbbing Lantern. Zebec wants more. The 0030. This is ZBCN Man. Reminder: last year, 2025, was massive for ZBCN. Accumulation by big players and the ripple connections made it even bigger. Fireblocks HQ, the 8 billion custody powerhouse for BNY Global, and institutions who are scooping up hundreds of millions of Zebec tokens all year. They already have a deep XRPL integrations, including XRP custody SDKs for streamless Ripple ledger ops. Not sure who this is. The regulated digital asset bank locked in institutional custody for Zebec while offering XRP trading, lending, and custody, bridging TradeFi to crypto-like XRP ecosystem. Ripple ties a Zebec site listed XRPL support since October 2025. Feeling those partnership rumors were all buzzed about, XRP holders got exclusive ZBCN rewards via Uphold and boosts at Cybo's 2025 Screen Collabo vibes. Could this evolve into a Zebec Ripple partnership for cross-border streaming payments? ISO 222 compliant on both sides. Says yes, real-time PayFi in XRPL rails. This was validation that institutions see a Zebec as a future of PayFi, AI payroll, future of payments, RWA, DPN, on-chain finance, now potentially amplified by Ripple's liquidity bridges. XRPL integrations could list ZBCN natively, exploding liquidity and adoption. Partnerships confirmation, tier one inflows, reduced volatility, moonshot growth, retail rides early, internet financial OS before the surge hits, buybacks, tokenomics, upgrades, reg wins plus Ripple boost were primed. Institutional loaded up last year. Smart retail accumulates now. The wave is cresting. And this is also ZBCN, man. Things are starting to heat up again with Coinbase and Binance. Moves with more ZBCN being moved into their wallets from KuCoin.com, and Token Creator, all listed but certain in 2026 people. Let's freaking go. So this is the wallet address, and looks like KuCoin. Somebody picked up 135,000, 50 million Zebec. This wallet transferred 29 million Zebec at 80,000. See what else we got here. Total volume 176,000, which is approximately 44.1 million of Zebec. Let's go. Shout out to ZBCN, man, and the research he's doing there. And let me see if there are any new Zebec postings here. See what's going on the top. So this is Diamond Lantern, in my opinion. As long as we don't dip below the 0029 on crypto.com, Zebec will continue to run. Patience, pirates, onward, because over time we will go upward. ZBCN, even through the headline, says crypto.com and Stripe, the actual money movement can run through the Zebec powered infrastructure in the background, especially for payouts, treasuries, payroll, cross-border settlement, card cents, Zebec to $1. What is this? Crypto.com. We're excited to be partnering with Stripe to help businesses more easily accept crypto payments. Read more at crypto.com. Cha-cha slide. It's good to see ZBCN up, but the time and time again, we're excited. Then before you know it, it drops back down to the 0023. So with that being said, wake me up when we touch 1 cent. So yeah, this is ZBCN at the 0023232. That's weird. 3232. Interesting. Then it came down for us to pick it up. And I think this is from that movie. I can't remember the movie. I want to say it's Flight or something, where Denzel was drinking before work. I don't recommend that, guys, but this guy's guzzling that vodka. I'm definitely gonna be doing that as soon as we hit that $1, bro. Be trying to save the liver. Get ready, everyone. It's about to go crazy. Let's put the bears to sleep. I'm feeling bullish. So shout out to Throbbing Lantern. Just posting some of these to the page. Make sure you guys sign up. And this is ZBCN, man. I think this is the same one we just looked, definitely. What is this? We looked at that already. We saw that one as well. ZBCN is up 20% in the last 24 hours. And this is the crypto queen. ZBCN bulls wake up. ZBCN network is gearing for massive 2026 gains. CEO dropping the full roadmap and revamping tokenomics on X Spaces January 8th, which is Thursday. Expect fireworks. Q1, FedNow integration with via NetPay means real-time stablecoin payroll for the masses. Embedded wallets with privacy IO, seamless onboarding and compliance on the Super App, and that Crypto.com and Stripe collabo lower barriers for crypto payments, making ZBCN ecosystem even easier to pitch for employee payouts. Stablecoin flow, fees in ZBCN utility incoming. Bitcoin eyeing a new all-time high this cycle. Analysts calling for 100K plus soon. Alts like a ZBCN will moon with it from the 003 to who knows. Current market cap is 287 million. Room to run to 80 billion. FDV if it pops. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Who's loading up? So put a fire emoji in the chat if you are loading up on the Zebec. And this is more about the Super App. Super App coming soon. Zebec's proud to announce its admission to Nacho Online Payment Innovation Alliance. Nacho is the body that governs 85 trillion ACH network in the US. In 2026, Zebec plans to deepen its integration across the ACH network and serve as one of Nacho's leaders in driving blockchain-based innovation, connecting across existing ACH rails. Zebec joins major industry players, including a JP Morgan, the big boy, the main bank, the number one bank in the U.S., Wells Fargo, Fiserv, Circle, and ADP. Bloomberg, Zebec included Bloomberg's first DeFi index, November 25. Target weights, Zebec weights 1.5529%. I need to check out that index. Actually, Zebec achieved its ISO 222 compliance in 2025, sets the stage for further integration, institutional adoption, and broader use cases for real-time financial engines globally. From on-chain payments to fully compliant rails, Zebec continues building at the intersection of crypto and traditional finance, full ISO 222 token list on CoinMarketCap. And I did see this before. I'm not even sure if the link is here, but they do list a Zebec as one of the ISO 20022 or 222 on CoinMarketCap. So what is this? That's view. That's weird. Where is that at? What is that? CoinMarketCap view. Let's see if we can hard code this boy in. View. What was it? ISO 20022. I think it was list. Let's double check that. Don't fall into a rabbit. Okay, so it's just ISO view ISO /200. Let's see if we can pull that up real quick. And we'll look at some videos. Let's see. Is this a link? This is a link. Imagine that. So if you see here, a Zebec is right there for the ISO, top ISO 222 tokens by market cap. And there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's only 14 on here. So Zebec is in very good company, guys. So let's click to this video from VLC Network. Let me check the comments real quick. Heavy inbox. Does Zebec live on the Solana blockchain? Does Zebec live? Yes, Ricky Ricardo, it is in the Solana blockchain along with 20 other blockchains. So it's multi-blockchain. Don't forget about the X Spaces tomorrow with Zebec and Boba Network. Say, what? What is this? Tomorrow? I completely missed that. Thanks for pointing that out, hard drive. Let me see. See if we can go to the Zebec page. See if we can post that. What is this? Undeniably, the Zebec network has some of the best connections. Let me post this so we can come back to it real quick. What is that? Partnerships in crypto industry with Nacho behind the ACH payments. Rails of US Zebec is set up to be a pioneer of Web3 payroll. 86.2 trillion value in 2024 was moved by ACH and Nacho. This is the industry that Zebec is after. Great interview. Come back to that interview. CNBC says the hottest crypto trade in 2026 is XRP. This is big money trade. Okay, and we'll come back to that because I thought there was more Zebec. So we're going to see if we can find what is this? X Spaces. What the boba? Talked about privy, countdown, buyback. Where's that X Spaces at? That's weird. Because they said that the first one would be this guy. Definitely go on to the page and set the reminder for Thursday. And I don't see anything about boba here. I'm going to go back and find that hard drive. Ricardo, yes, Zebec Network was built on and launched with Solana blockchain expansions. Now it supports other chains for broader adoption. Yes, multi-chain with more than 2 chains. Not even sure what that says. Ricky, smash the like button. Thanks, Silver Days. The fire emojis keep accumulating for the bag. Hard drive. The Zebec will meet with X spaces. Zebec hard X handles. Okay. So let's go to this video. This whatever this is that I just posted. This one real quick. See what's going on here.
On Zebec because
Then we'll go over to what was that? The VLC.
But I want your perspective on Zebec because I actually think what they're doing is pretty incredible with real-time payroll. I mean, the way most people are paid is archaic. And I think having a new system where people have more control and sovereignty over their money, I think is something that is actually very important, not having to go 2 weeks and then being paid. And they even have talked about streaming payroll in XLM. So I think that could be interesting. And especially like the use cases that you've talked about XLM being used for, I think that does make sense. What is your perspective on that?
I didn't study too much about each of these technologies. I know there are a lot of cryptos out there that are trying their best to solve real world issues, but what I can confirm is that all the technologies that are being presented, many of it is being engineered through layers of interoperability. That means, again, each of these layers are addressing a specific function within the flow of money, right? Whether it be liquidity or settlement. I think SHX, for instance, can represent one of those layers, right? And that was also built on the Stellar network. And they are being regulated quietly by the IMF, the World Bank. And they do something very similar to what Zebec is doing. So I found that interesting as well.
They're doing real-time payroll and they have actual like integrations with major payroll processing companies. Because Zebec is
I don't know about the
with
integration.
well, I mean, that's the major thing. Like they have an integration now with the only payroll processor that's actually in the FedNow program. So unless you have
that's important. That's very important.
It's huge. And like with Nasha, with ACH, like you have to have those connections. And, as somebody like you and I that understand Ripple's role in this entire system, you have to have those connections. If you don't have those connections,
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, you
I
should
totally
look into
agree
it.
with you.
You should look into it and let me know, because I'm actually curious if you do a little bit more studying on what they're doing with various crypto. But I want your perspective on Zebec because.
And definitely say that she is right. To get into the exclusive world of payroll processing, you need to be compliant and you need to be partnering with the people that are already in it. And that partnership with Nacho will be huge. It's going to pay out some serious dividends. So let's go over to, who is this? LVC, and see what he has to say and be right back.
Welcome back to the channel. What I'm about to reveal to you changes everything. I believe we're about to see an aggressive upside move on Zebec. I actually think we are highly likely to hit our 2026 January price prediction on Zebec within the next 2 weeks. And once again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own independent research. But with that being said, let's lock in and let me walk you through what we have just noticed. Now, on my previous video, I stated clearly, when Bitcoin sneezes, the entire market catches a cold. So when Bitcoin goes up, typically the best altcoins go up. Now, some will go up more than others. I'm not saying, Zebec is up 20 or 50% so far for the day, like some projects are, But that's not what's important. What's important is Bitcoin looks like it's about to break through our next major resistance area at 95,000 and then make its way to 100,000. And that's when I said the real price action will take place on Zebec. We're already seeing that Zebec is slowly starting to make its way to the upside. From our analysis, our indicators, and our AI systems, it looks like Zebec is about to have an aggressive upside move. And guess what? You're all in the right place at the right time. And with all the data that's flooding in, we should see frenzy buying across the cryptocurrency market. Now, let me walk you through a short term target that I think could occur within the next, basically before the end of this week, provided we see that continued upside move on Bitcoin and Bitcoin breaks that $95,000 area of resistance, which is the game changer, right? That breaking that resistance is going to be game changing for the entire market. Now, I actually think Zebec is highly likely to break above break above its low, sorry, this mini resistance at 0.00032,986. And I think we could see Zebec close in the middle of its range before the end of this week, which would be a 37% move from where we currently are now at 0.0038491. And the exciting part about all of this is, and this is why I say it doesn't matter if Zebec, has an aggressive upside move straight away. Why? Because Zebec sometimes could remain flat and then just move to the upside. So us making that initial move up 37% from here is essentially the catalyst. It's the start of the move. This is and once again, we could see Zebec go up, 2%, today, maybe 5% tomorrow, and then complete this upside move by the end of this week. And what that does is that puts everybody in the Zebec community, especially those of you watching now, or those of you that have been early in this project, in a great position, because it could indicate that it may be the last time that we see Zebec this cheap, at least for the short term, right? Which is very, very important because it essentially means the next major upside move could be our January price prediction area, which would be at 0.0070024, which gives everybody the opportunity to reevaluate and essentially figure out what they want to do over the next few weeks slash months. Do you want to hold on to your position? Do you think that the market's going to maybe pull back? So maybe you take profit, wait for price to dip again and buy back in? Or do you use this as an opportunity to just hodl your positions, assuming that we see a further breakout going into February? And once again, we're going to talk about all these things that could occur. But I do think we're about to see a big 37% move on Zebec in the short term. And I'll say this to all of you watching this right now. Zebec's at a $269 million market cap. If you're in the Zebec community right now, like we are, we're in this because we believe Zebec can at least hit a $5 to $7 billion market cap minimum. That's just what we believe, which is why we're in this project. And once again, I'm going to talk about the timelines of that in my next videos, so make sure you're all subscribed. 75% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you want to get these videos out there, if you want the Zebec community to grow, you need to make sure you're subscribed right now and smash the like button, right? So if you're not in this for at least, I would say even a 2 billion or 2.5 or 2.6 billion dollar market cap, there's no point in actually being in this project from my perspective, because you're only going to frustrate yourself. Because some of you may be thinking, well, I'm seeing some projects going up 20% today. I'm seeing some projects go up 30, 40% today. What you end up doing is cashing out early. And then what do we see? Zebec just go up 30% in one day or 30% in one day. And then you buy back in and then price pulls back. And then you just frustrate yourself, right? You can see how many DCA positions we've taken last year. In fact, we even have some of the lows which aren't drawn in, but that's how confident and that's how aggressive we are with our approach to Zebec, right? So This is a massive, massive moment for everybody in the community because the macro environment is changing. And when I say macro environment is changing, I'm sure you're all seeing what's happening from a geopolitical point of view. The stock market is up today, commodities are up today, crypto's up today. So we just want to maximize on the environment that we're in. And hopefully, Zebec can hit our targets before the end of this month. And just to confirm, we have two targets. Number one, or the main target that we have is at the top of our range, which is 140% from where we currently are now at around 0.0068055, basically around this area. But of course, if you're positioned now, if you're on this now, you are highly likely to be the biggest winners in this community. Now, just to wrap up, if you made it this far, it's important that you're a part of our inner circle. So you join our free Telegram group using the link in my description. If you don't have the Telegram app, make sure you download the app. Otherwise, the Telegram link will not work. This is where I give out deeper analysis. In fact, gave out a free gem on Christmas Day that's already up over 30%. So make sure you join the free Telegram group, link in my description. Make sure you subscribe if you want this community to grow and you want these videos to get out there. And of course, I'm going to talk about that timeline on when I think we could potentially hit $2.6 billion market cap or $5 or $7 billion market cap. So if you want access to those videos, make sure you subscribe. But that's it for now, guys. Until next update, seize the day.
So shout out to what was that? VLC, and this is Caesar with the ZBCN winding up for the big move. So there's a
Everybody,
push
it's your
coming.
boy Cesar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 6th day. Pardon me, hold on. It is the 6th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $0.003 right now, down a little bit on the day. It's pretty neutral. We moved up, we've come back down. We're finding resistance at the same areas we found resistance before. I'm not really too amused with the price action. What I mean by that is I'm not worried, right? I don't think that we're going to come down. I don't believe that this interaction is going to promote the same price action that this one did or that this one did or that this one did. I don't think that we're going to be going to lower lows, okay? I do believe that we will break out of this, but first we'll probably consolidate and then move up. I want to look for signs on the 1 hour or the 4 hour that agree or disagree with what we're saying here and see if that makes sense. So let's do that. I don't know if I said it, but hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. $0.003 right now. A little bit of a double top look. I always do this. I should really just save it to the Bybit chart because Bybit has the all-time history for it anyways, and you have volume. Whereas I just don't like that it's perps, but whatever. I just got to get over that. Whereas the crypto chart doesn't have volume, but it also has the all-time history. $0.003 right now, double top. You tried. You made a second attempt here to move higher. Did not have any volume at all. The volume came in once you started to sell, right? It's that red candle there. That's when you actually had volume. That's not a good sign. You want volume to build as you're moving higher. If it does this kind of stuff, that's typically where you pull back. And pullbacks in a moment like this, you can expect maybe A, B, C correction, something like that. So if we were to drop like that, what would we do? Maybe it'll be a little bit bigger than this, but something that's just below this low, that wouldn't really be an area relative to find support at. So maybe we do go a little bit lower, down to about 0.028, perhaps. Let's just see. I'm not seeing a whole lot of significance at that area. That doesn't mean you can't find support there. I wouldn't think that that's where we go. Let's look. Let's put a low and then put a high on here. I mean, the 382 is right there with the high. Typically, you do go just below the 382 and then you close above it. You wick below, but you close above. I mean, it makes so much more sense, I think, to go to 0.028, somewhere around there. So that's what I'm going to call for. Let's just do this too real quick, from a low to a high. Low to a high here. 0.0283 is the golden ratio, which rests just on top of this high here. There's a lot of significance down there. We're on the 1 hour time frame. This is a very insignificant time frame, so it's going to happen fast. But still, that's what I would expect happens. I would think that we go down to 0028. And I say fast, it doesn't have to happen today, but probably over the next day or two, maybe 3. By the end of this week, we should be back down there and then moving up. That correlates with the call that I had for Bitcoin to kind of pull back, and maybe most cryptos as well to pull back. We look at this on the, do we even look at the indicators yet? We did all that without the indicators. Rejecting the overbought zone after getting into it, right? You consistently were getting into it, you're building up to it and then living in there, and now you're rejecting it. It's a clear sign that things are changing, right? Things are not gradual. Like they somewhat are, but they also are very sudden in this game, right? It was a gradual shift to get bullish. But once you stop being bullish, once you start rejecting, as soon as that happened, boom, bearish. And this RSI at the moment is incredibly bullish, but you're high enough where you could come down, still maintain a bullish stance, get a little bit lower, and then recover from there. The stochastics are neutral, but I would say bearish because you're coming from the up down. Whereas if we were neutral but coming from the down up, I might be more bullish, right? It's typically that's what you look for, is like this, just like ranging between them, right? It's not always that way, obviously, but that's just the idea of it. 1 hour MACD building bearish momentum, that's a bearish thing right there. The fact that you bounce off the orange line. So yeah, lower prices, guys. 4 hour, I'm not going to go into it as in depth, but bearish divergence on the MACD. No, maybe. Hold on. Yes, technically. Bearish divergence on the MACD, RSI, and the stochastics. I had a point where you found resistance before, but again, look at what you're doing already. It's different. It is different than what you've seen the last 2 times. Here, you just spiked up and spiked down, right? Both times. Here, you're already doing something a little bit different. It looks different here at the top. Instead of just a spike, you've got like a lollipop, right? You've got this little like circle up here that you're hanging out at. Let's see. Nothing really else to say there on the 4 hour. Daily time frame. With a red close today, you will be rejecting the overbought zone, and typically that means that you will move down until you find support at the 60 or thereabouts, or at the 50 or thereabouts, and maybe, just maybe, all the way down at the 40, though I doubt you get that low, but it's possible. You know, you connect the dots here at these higher lows, you basically have a straight line to that 50 there. Let me actually use a straight line. I mean, it's practically a straight line to that 50. And you could, I know this is not necessarily fun to think about, but you could consolidate until the end of January, and then we move up. That was the original thought at the end of December and the beginning of this month. That was the original thought that we had anyways, is that you wouldn't see exciting price action take place until the end of the month. I don't know. If we consolidate here, guys, for the next couple of weeks or few weeks, that's okay. Don't get disheartened. Zebec is certainly, and I'm not calling for that. I want to be clear. It makes a lot of sense on the RSI, but at the same time, this higher low, we don't, it doesn't need to be a channel. Maybe you form a higher low right here. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be a channel. The way I'm drawing it would be as if it has a channel. So coming down to the 50 down here, you know, by the 27th, it's just a nice kind of gradual decline, something like that. That makes sense, but we could absolutely find support at the 60 or the 50. All I'm trying to say here is once we hit the 60 or the 50, that's when I'll become bullish. I don't care if it happens tomorrow. I don't care if it happens at the end of January. I don't care if it happens at the end of February. I'm not bullish at the moment until one of maybe 2 things happens. One, we close into the overbought zone. Today's actually a green day, and I don't just mean into it like we are now, but into it a little bit more. Today's actually a green day, and I'm wrong. We don't close the day red. The second thing I'm looking for is if we do close today red, that would imply that we go down to the 60 or to the 50 to bounce, right? Most likely. We could go to the 40, but likely we wouldn't do that. And then the third thing we're looking for is just breaking out of this range overall as far as price action goes. Whenever we get above this daily high close at 0034, roughly, that should ignite a spark that allows us to retrace this whole movement down we've had since August of 2025. From the high to the low of that move to November 21st there. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's take this. I think I've done that before. We'll take this high. And with that, we should take this low because I think this is all just one big range. That's a fake out low, right? But really this encapsulates, I think, most of it. I think this is what we will respect. When we break above 0035 or 00, I think it was 0034, that's the daily close. Let's move it up. Let's say 00355. When we close a day above there, that yellow line, it's all in the same area. that should allow us to grow to new highs altogether. And it won't just be one fell swoop. There will be volatility along the way, but we will get there. The one fell swoop move likely happens from 0056 to 0063, somewhere in that range. Once we're up in this area, that's when we can expect to pick up the pace a little bit. I'm sure things will move fast at various points getting up there too. But once we get up to this point, we break out, the expected target outcome is 3 cents to 4.5 cents. That's where we're thinking we're going to go. And again, that's all predicated off of the fact that I believe that this move up will be bigger than our last move up. This last move up, if we were to measure it from here, would take us right to this zone. So if we're going to be bigger than this zone, if we're going to go higher than this zone, then it makes sense that the next zone, the 2272 and the 2618, should be thought of. As much as we want to be bullish to 6 to 7 cents, I just don't think we have it in us. It's possible. Anything's possible. This is crypto. But I think that a grounded base in expectations would be something between 4.5 cents to 3 cents, maybe even 2 cents. 2 cents is a possibility, but then we'd have a move that's similar and identical to this one, which that's not what I'm calling for. So it'll be similar. Not identical.
So shout out to Caesar for the update and pushing up to that 5 to 6 cent, maybe 1 cent. We will see. What up, Peter? What up, fellas? Zebec is gonna be more change other than Solana. It already is. Peter, where you guys getting this? Is only on one chain. It's multi-chain, guys. It's on multi-blockchains currently. What is this? Supported blockchains. Zebec ecosystem integrates with a wide variety of chains, including but not limited to the following prominent networks: Algorand, Base, and BitTensor. Blockchain, Zebec's integrations, a wide variety of. Thank you for that, Mambo Land. Network, Binance Smart Chains, BCS, Dash, Ethereum, Octaspace, Ripple, Solana, Stellar, Sui, and Tron. Thanks for that update, Mambo Land. Respect ZBCN. What is up, Cam? Cam Fargon. What the? No, but let's play this video from the Trading Sniper, and we will call it a day. Let's see what the Trading Sniper has to say, and be right back.
Let's take a listen. Today we're going to be talking about the one, the only legendary Zebec Network. Now, listen, over the last few days, we have been pumping very, very well. Pretty much at the start of January, we have seen an increase at one point of roughly almost 40%. Now, 40% for Zebec is actually quite a bit. We can see it takes up a lot of the structure, and we have officially taken out some swing points, which is what we love to see. We have taken out these highs over here, these highs over here, right? And of course, we have these equal highs pretty much, which we're not going to count because we already, we could just extend this current line. Boom, there we go. And, things are looking good, right? Things are looking great. Now, I will just say we have taken out a lot of liquidity in recent times. The markets have pumped a lot in recent times. And something that I might be potentially looking at for the short term is a pullback. Now, that's not necessarily saying, Zebec is, bearish and it's over or whatever, but, just a healthy little retracement to retest even just this zone over here, right? When we go look at this is a huge zone. So coming back down to see if we want to support this would be actually very, very ideal and healthy to let Zebec rest a little bit to then push further up. Okay. Now, overall, right, got to remember it is only still Tuesday. We still have a couple of days left when it comes to the weekly candle. That is going to be the most important candle close. Daily candle closes do have a lot of value, by the end of the day, something like the weekly has the most. And when we go look at it, right now we have broken out, right? As of right now, we have broken out. We can see over here, boom, right? We were consolidating for 4 weeks, and then we broke out right now. We took out a couple liquidity points. I do want to see a candle, a weekly candle close above this. This is the most important thing. Even if we do slow down for the rest of the week, I want to see a key swing point getting taken out on the weekly, because as good as it is on the daily, the weekly does have a lot more value. And if that's the case, right, like I did say, let's say we do even close this way this week, next week there's a good chance we pull back a little bit, like I did say, to retest off this huge weekly zone. And if we do close the weekly candle fairly weak, right, let's say kind of like this, where we pull back but it's nowhere near anywhere near the pump of the previous week, then we should be seeing continuations to the upside all the way upwards of 0.004. That would be the next destination I would be looking at. So, that would be from this point an increase of 40% again. And from the current zones we're at, it would be an increase of roughly 27%, upwards of 30%. So, yeah, things are looking good. Things are looking solid. Like I did say, right, we didn't have any pumps in pretty much December. December was slow, and back already in October, I was saying how I expect the rest of the year to pretty much go sideways and sell off, and that's pretty much what happened, right? We went, we sell off, we go sideways, we sell off, we go sideways, and then now 2026 is showing a little bit of life. I still would have preferred if we instantly saw a dip and a quick recovery, right? Kind of like the way we had it over here. That would be the most preferable. But we're still open to that. We're still open to that. If you do want to have certain sniper limits or limit orders, I would highly recommend having it below this zone, right? So you guys can just be ready, and you don't have to be waiting for the markets to go there just to buy it manually. And yeah, that's personally what I would be doing, just in case we do see these reversals, because at the end of the day, like I did say, the weekly candle does matter the most. As of right now, for example, the last few days, for example, for Bitcoin, have been looking good. The weekly for Bitcoin has been looking solid. But like I say, we still have a couple of days left. So if this thing does flip on its head, which it could, right? Because we've seen before, candles end up, low for Bitcoin at 84,000. At one point, it's at 94,000, but then it pretty much, ends somewhere in the middle, right? It starts, for example, at 90,356, and then ends at 90,300 or sorry, 414. So yeah, we can have crazy weeks where we're going to go up and down. So we want to see that Bitcoin confirmation, because Bitcoin is kind of the main, head of the snake. And right now we see a little bit of momentum slowing down, but nothing too crazy to the point where I'd say, okay, it is time to reverse. I do think Bitcoin's probably going to go down a little bit lower to then retest higher, which obviously would be ideal for our coins. Listen, when we go and look at something like the last 7 days, let's just say the last, the top 200, right? If you look at the last 7 days, we can see XCN is on top, 106%. Render is at 79%. Pepe is at 69, which is very convenient for a meme coin. But yeah, we can see a lot of cryptos are up a good amount. Okay, they are up a good amount. Now we're up 32%. We're the 26th most pumped coin in the top 200. So what, we're just a little bit outside the top 10% for the most pumped coins. We're like in the top 15, top 13%, which is also very ideal, which is very nice at the end of the day. But yeah, you can see, right, when we go up a little bit higher, this can all, for Exian, or not for Exian, for Zebec, this can all change for us when it's our turn, right? Right now, Exian is getting the glory, right? Exian saw 107% increase. Okay, they just went back up to 333 million market cap. Render just saw an 81% increase. So they pretty much went from, that 700 million mark now to 1.2 billion. Pepe, right? Pepe saw 70% increase. Remember, these coins are bigger than us, right? These coins are bigger than us. And if something like Pepe can pump 70% and go upwards of 3 billion market cap, then even a Zebec week, it being 100% is not out of the realms of possibility. Okay. That's what people need to realize, that, we're going to be having consistent solid days, solid weeks, solid months. But sometimes we will be having the days and the weeks of just pure glory, pure glory. The best thing about this at the end of the day, people, is that, Bitcoin is only at, let's just say $94,000, right? We're not even at the altcoin season. When we look at something like Bitcoin dominance, yeah, Bitcoin dominance has sold off practically 0.5%, a little bit more or less, right? But it's nothing crazy. It's not like we sold off 30%. It's not like we sold off 20%. We're kind of just in the same zone, more or less. And we can see altcoins already seeing, resurgence. And that is what we want to see. Okay. And what's going to happen when there's more money in the market? So what's going to happen when this Bitcoin dominance chart falls, 20, 30%? We're going to see altcoins be flooded. I mean, flooded with so much money, so much money. It is going to be like heaven. Okay. It is going to be like heaven. Okay. I'm so serious right now. It is glorious, because if we see a little bit of drop of Bitcoin dominance and a little bit of money into altcoins, and we're already seeing this type of green consistently, imagine this would be happening for months consistently, right? It would be very, very nice. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen. Actually, that's what I know is going to happen. Overall, right, very, very optimistic about Zebec. Like I did say, the next zone is 0.004. For us, when we go and look at something like the custom MA cross, we can actually see on the daily we are crossing, right? For the first time in a very long time, we are crossing on the daily, which is what we want to see. The last time we have crossed, boom, right, was the 17th. So this indicator already shows that we have crossed for the first time in practically 3 months, and that reversals are here. Now the MA cross, this custom one with the the daily, is a little bit different, right? It does take in a lot of the other structure, like the fact that we went up here and up here and up here. It does pull the average a lot, and the fact that Zebec does have these really low lows. So we still haven't changed structure there, but that's okay. We're going to get there sooner than later. The good thing is, though, actually, when we go and look at it, right, the 4-hour, we know it's very, very accurate, right? It's very, very accurate. Ever since the pretty much October 18th, we have not even faked out once, and we can see the gap is starting to close as well. So we will be monitoring to see how this does end up closing, and how the indicator does react. When we go to the RSI, we can see on the 4-hour we are oversold. On the daily, we are getting up to the higher end of the zone where we should be selling, and on the weekly, we are coming back to the neutral. So the higher time frame, you're still looking good if you want to be buying in. Remember, the sniper entry down here is still very, very possible. We just have to see how this weekly candle closes, how Bitcoin closes, and etc. And like I said, just have your order limit ready. If it does not happen, it does not happen. It is what it is. At the end of the day, that's why I highly recommend dollar cost averaging Zebec prices. And just for any crypto, I always recommend dollar cost averaging in great zones. Like here, 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 right? And you can buy even up here, right? Especially if you are looking at the longer term picture and you are looking for the longer term holds. When we go and look at something like Zebec directly, right? Boom, put in Zebec, our beloved Zebec, we can see we're ranked 140, 139, just changed to 139 out of 8,881 active cryptos. So we can see we're at 300 million market cap. The volume is going up. And remember, this is still not a crazy volume. This is only 12.5 million, but yet we are pumping up consistently. No Coinbase, no Binance just yet, but Coinbase is pretty much guaranteed at this point, unless Solana and Coinbase fall through. When we go look at the last month, we are actually up 9% a month. Over last week, we are up 32%. And in the last 24 hours, we're up over 13%. Everything is looking good. Everything's looking great. Let me know what you guys think. Love you guys so much. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
It is the first full trading week of 2026. And as you've always heard, as the first day goes, so goes the week. As the week goes, so goes the month.
Not sure who this guy is, but this is the end. I guess we'll play this guy. Getting ready to hit the gym, so we'll play this real quick, and we'll be right back to close out.
Is right around the corner. So this is.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing, subscribing, and super chat. This is the last video, so play this and see you guys tomorrow. So let me run this. This is Crypto Neptune. Be right back.
Hello, this is Crypto Neptune and on for a quick Zebec Network update. As the Zebec Network leadership team announced on X that the Super App is right around the corner, so this is pretty soon. So I'm anticipating potentially something here in January, but they gave like a little snippet of what the Super App is going to look like. So we're going to look at that additional details in this video. And remember, guys, nothing I say is financial advice. But look at this, 12 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours, and we've spiked back over 0.003. So good to see us trending back that way and starting to trend up and to the right. And if you look here, we were right around 7.6 million, and then we just boom, went up to 8 million, and then trended up to 9 million in trading volume, 10 million in trading volume, and now we've spiked over 12 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. So it's definitely good to see this green and the excitement in the community over this announcement. And let's see. So this is the first announcement. So the first announcement, the countdown is on. Super App rollout is coming soon. Stay tuned. Yeah, and if you kind of expand this, you can see there's an overview page. Not sure what's on the overview page, but there's an overview page. There's staking, which you could earn some additional ZBCN by staking it. And I would love to see an option where you can earn and there's no lockups. I would love to see that in the app. So let's see if they implemented something like that. But for the most part, you can stake your ZBCN and earn some yield, whether you stake it for a few days, a month, several months. You get the point, but you get to earn some extra ZBCN. And then the cards, we have the silver and carbon card. So I like that. So this leads me to believe that you can have multiple cards in here, which you want, especially if you're a part of several different communities. You want to be able to access all your cards within the Zebec Network ecosystem. And yeah, it looks like you can add a new card here or get a new card here, which is pretty cool. And then you can see your payouts being paid by the second. So that's cool. And then remittance transfer payment. So this is all within what I anticipate a sleek looking app. And then again, pure speculation. I would imagine this will be in the Apple Store and maybe on Android or Google Play, somewhere out there where you can go and download the app to your phone. But yeah, this is all cool stuff. And the community likes it. ZBCN, man, TikTok, utility loading. One more for the good guy. So he's got the Ska Hall image. He's pretty pumped about it. And then Throbbing Lantern, Super Zebec. And then LFG fam, there's a countdown. And then Jeremy's is happy in-app staking confirmed. So he's pretty excited about seeing that. Boba Network Super App, they're pumped. And we're going to talk about them here shortly. And then Glitchy writes, Super App rollout, innovation incoming. The future is now. Yeah, the future is now. And again, Solana is the place to be because there's so much volume. And it's only a matter of time where all of these big projects, whether it's utility based or whether it's meme coin based on Solana itself, that is essentially a huge opportunity because there's so many different communities on Solana. But the cool thing about it is, what is it, 19, 20 chains that Zebec Network is on also? So look for not only the Super App to be a hit, but those Zebec cards to be a massive hit. And it says coming to all devices. That's what JV writes here. And then if we go to the cards, which I clicked on earlier. So new year, new cards. The Boba Network custom debit card is now live. The Boba community can now get a custom branded Boba network card and spend anywhere MasterCard is accepted. So again, we're giving more utility and adding another community with our custom cards, so they can spend their Boba anywhere they want. And yeah, I mean, people are excited, ordering one now. And then here, finally, Boba now has card where we can spend Boba anywhere. I'm so locked in on getting mine. Go get yours. Yeah, everybody is excited. Spend Boba anywhere. The new card, I'm all in. Yeah, so this is pretty exciting stuff, and it's good to be able to give utility, additional utility to other utility projects, or give utility to meme coin projects, or perhaps rally an OG project and give them more lifeblood by giving them access to a debit card where they can use daily. So this is all pretty bullish stuff. And let's see. See if we can see, what are we market cap wise? $298 million market cap, and continuing to trend upward. And I want to say that we are over 90,000 plus holders. So look for that continuing to grow and continuing to get closer and closer to that 100K mark. That's the huge milestone that I'm definitely looking forward to. And we were hoping to get to that by the end of the year, but that got kind of pushed back. But again, a lot of progress has been made. And then let's see if we have any other comments before I log off. Let's see. ZBCN, man, things are starting to heat up again.
And that last update, thanks for joining. It's your main man BTM signing out. Don't forget to join tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. And we'll continue to go over Zebec and the Zebec Network. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys. Stay dangerous. Miners out. Looks like MasterCard on the bottom right. All right, Mambo Land and Silver Days, thanks for joining in the crypto BTM Crypto News family. It's your main man BTM, and we are out. Miner out.